Hello and welcome to my channel, Wingman551 here, and today we'll be having a solo playthrough of Spirit Island. Spirit Island is a cooperative game for 1 to 4 players where we play as spirits fighting against incoming invaders of our island. I will be using Lightning Swift Strike. He is one of the complexity low spirits which focuses on dealing damage to the invaders. The one thing I like about this game is the variability in how we could play the game. We could add scenarios that changes the conditions of the game. We could add kingdoms so that the nameless invaders have an identity and additional abilities, additional skills. But for now, we're just gonna play the basic game where we're playing against an unnamed invader, right? So for the first step for the game after the initial setup is the initial explore action, which will be the mountains. So we're gonna place 2 explorers on the mountains. Now we go to the spirit phase where we're gonna pick our growth option. What's good, I think, is I have to put down more presence. So I can add up to 2 and 0. And then I go to my gain energy. I gain 2 energy, and I could play 2 cards. The special ability of Lightning Swift Strike is Swiftness of Lightning. So for every air element that I have, I may use 1 slow power as if it were fast. That's for either power cards or my innate power, which is good for Lightning Swift Strike because most of his power cards and his innate power is a slow power. Alright, so I will be playing 2 cards. I will be playing these 2. Harbingers of the Lightning and Shatter Homesteads. So Shatter Homesteads is for 2 energy, and we're all paid for. We could go to our fast powers. We don't have fast powers, but thankfully for our special rules, both of our power cards can now be treated as fast powers, but I will only be using one of them, which is Harbingers of the Lightning. That will be, can push up to 2 Dahan. I will be pushing 2 Dahan into the mountains, and 1 fear if I pushed any Dahan into a land with a city or a town. So I get 1 fear for that. I'll be waiting for the slow power phase, because I will destroy 1 town with this ability, and I will destroy the town that's going to be built in the mountains. So now we're going to go to our invader phase. So first is the blighted island, so it's still a healthy island, and we go to our events. So they changed the rules so that for the event we don't resolve the first event of the game. We just flip it face over, because there are event cards that turn the tables really quick if it's activated on the first turn. So we just flip that over, then we go to our fear. We don't have any fear cards yet, and now we ravage. There's no ravage yet, and now we go to our build. So our explorers will build a town in this mountain, and then the disease gets removed, which prevents the next build. And then we explore the jungles. So we explore the jungles, and then we move the invader cards, and now we go to our slow powers. So for slow powers, we're gonna do this. It's 1 fear, and we destroy 1 town. We're gonna destroy the town that was built here for another fear, and that's it for our slow powers. Time passes, this gets discarded, and we go on. Now I guess I will do my growth option. I want to gain power cards, but then I would have to reclaim. I think I'll just reclaim my cards. I'm gonna gain a minor power card, 4. Well, this is perfect. I'm gonna get this one, discard the rest, and then I gain 1 energy. Now I go to my gain energy, I gain 2 more energy, and then I get to play 2 cards. We're gonna play the cards that I just got. On each board, add 1 blight to a land with at least 2 city or town. There's no city or town. There's no land with 2 cities or town yet. And now, towns and cities have -1 health to a minimum of 1 until the end of the turn. New diseases. On half of the boards rounding up, add 1 disease to a land with both Dahan and Invaders. Do 2 damage to Dahan there. I'm gonna add a disease here. Deal 2 damage to Dahan, which destroys that one. And that's the event, which is not, that wasn't a good event card for us. Next we go to our fear. We generated 1 fear card. Each player removes 1 explorer or town from a land where it is the only invader. Alright, so we have a choice of either removing the wetland town or the invader in the jungle so that we could prevent the build. I'm just gonna go with the explorer in the jungle, so we prevent the build action there. And now we go to our ravage. So we ravage the mountains. This is defended 4, and then the Dahan fight back, so it's 4 health, and we get 2 fear for destroying a city. And then the invader ravages the land and the Dahan for 1. Then the Dahan fight back, and then we're gonna build in the jungle. We put a disease here which prevents the next build and it gets removed, and then we remove the explorer here so that we prevented the build there. And now we're gonna explore the wetlands. So we explore this wetland right here and this wetland right here. Then we move the invader cards. We don't have any more slow powers, and time passes, so this regenerates, this gets discarded, and we now move on to our growth. think we could add 2 more presents. We think we can afford to add 2 presents. Or rather, I'll just add 1 present and stockpile up on energy for this turn. I think I'll just add 1 here. And then I get 3 energy. And then we go to our gain energy. We gain 2 energy. And then we play 3 cards. I'm gonna play these 3 because I want to activate my innate power. Alright, so we have this power right here. We have 3 air, so we could use all of our powers as fast power, I mean. We pay 3 energy for this. We pay 1 for this. And 2 energy for this one right here. So what I want to do is I want to use Raging Storm and deal 1 damage to each invader in this land right here. This gets destroyed. This gets killed. And then we're gonna do Shatter Homesteads. We destroy 1 town here. And we get 1 fear for that. And Lightning's Boom, we're just playing it for the element. Alright. Next we do is the Invader phase. So we go for the event. We're now at stage 2. After advancing invader cards, invaders build in 1 terrain not shown under any invader action. Right. Beast attack. Each beast deals 2 damage. There's nothing to damage for the beast. So coming of age on each board, add 1 Dahan to a mountain or sands with Dahan. Right, so we're gonna add 1 Dahan here in this mountain. Alright, now we go to our Ravage. This jungle ravages, let Dahan fight back and remove the Explorer. And then we're gonna build, nothing to build here, and this will build 1 town. Next we explore mountains. So they're both exploring because this one is adjacent to a town, and this is a coastal mountain. And then we advance the invader card. Oh, yep. We advance the invader cards. And then invaders build in 1 terrain not shown under any invader action. So we could build in the sand. Yep, let's do that. Let's build in the sand. So I don't know if I should have built there because there's no explorer, no city or town to build, but I'm just gonna do it. And if I did that wrong, please tell me in the comment section below. Alright, slow powers. We're gonna do our slow power right here. So we fulfilled all requirements for the elements and we get to destroy 1 town. I'm going to destroy the town here. That is 1 fear, earning our 2nd fear card, which we will resolve later. And time passes, this one gets regenerated. We discard everything and we do our growth option. So for our growth, I'm gonna have to reclaim cards, gain 1 energy, and let's gain another minor power. 4. So elemental boon is good because we could possibly get level 4, level 2 of our innate, but we don't need it because we don't have a city anywhere. The join hut is good. Gather one Dahan into one of their lands. One damage in that land per Dahan present. Or we get to do call to bloodshed. One damage per Dahan, or gather up to 3. I think I'll go for call to bloodshed and discard the 3 remaining. And I gain 1 energy. Then I gain 2 energy. And you play 3 cards. So we're not scared of any ravages. So I don't have to do Shatter Homesteads because we are gonna destroy that town. The problem is the build action. You know what? Let's just go for it and play these 2 and 1 more card. Let's use this one. So this costs 2, this costs 1, and we get to use 2 powers as if it were fast. So I think I will use this power, and I'm gonna deal 1 damage per Dahan. I'm gonna damage this one to prevent the next build there. And then I'm gonna use Shatter Homesteads. That's 1 fear. And we destroy 1 town, which is this town right here, for another fear. And this one's gonna be a slow power, as well as my innate. Alright, so we go to our invader phase. Go for events. We're at terror level 1. On each board, add 1 explorer to a land without invaders or Dahan. Let's do that on the wetlands. And then each beast destroys 1 present, 1 explorer. Add 1 beast on a board without 1. So this beast destroys this explorer. And then each spirit with at least 3 Dahan among all its lands may use a slow power now. I don't have that, and that resolves our event. Let's go to our fear. Each player adds 1 strike to a town. We don't have a town, which is great, but the fear is discarded and we don't do anything with it. Now we go to our ravage mountains. Both deal 1 damage, so nothing happens there. Nothing builds this round, which is great. And then we explore jungles. So there are no adjacent cities or towns to build on, and that is great. So we just leave that there. We go to our slow power, which I was preparing for the town that was gonna build in the mountain, but I guess nothing built there. I'll just push 2 Dahan here. And that's it. Then time passes. And we go to our growth. So for our growth, I think I'm gonna add 2 presents now. I'm gonna add 2 presents here. Or one of them's gonna be here. And then I get 3 energy. And I get to play 3 cards. I will play 2 cards now. This is gonna cost 3. This is gonna cost 1. And I'm gonna do Guardian Serpents. I'm gonna add 1 beast in one of my lands. I'm gonna place it here. And I have a defend 4 here because there's a sacred site, but it doesn't matter. It's not gonna ravage there anyway. And then I'm gonna do Raging Storm. 1 damage to each invader here. So this one's gonna die off. And we go to our event. War touches the island's shores. Invaders from a different faraway land assault the ones here, torching farms and bombarding cities. You may allow the attacks. For each board, discard the top major power. Deal its energy in damage to invaders and the land in the coastal land with the most. City or town, minimum of 1. Defend reduces the damage, so I don't have any coastal land with city or town. Minimum of 1. Or I could help repel the newcomers for 1 energy per player, and we add a fear card to the top of the fear deck. Again, I'm not sure on the ruling for this one, but let's do allow the attacks. For each board, discard the top major power. It's 5. Deal its energy in damage, so we're gonna deal 5 damage to invaders and the land in the coastal land with the most city or town. Since there's nothing there, I guess we don't do that. And then on each board, push 1 beast to an adjacent land without blight. So we're gonna push this beast to this land, and 1 fear if invaders are present there. Then we reclaim territory. Each player may push 1 Dahan to an adjacent land, doing 1 damage there. So we're gonna push this Dahan here, killing off the explorer there, and we win the game because we cleared the board of all the invaders. This is the first time I've accomplished a victory at terror level 1, and I think lightning is good for clearing the board of invaders, as evidenced by how we won that game. Alright, so in a game where we don't have a scenario or an invader, the game could get pretty easy, so that's why there's a lot of variability to the game. We could add additional conditions, additional abilities for the invaders, which will up the difficulty of the game. And that is it for our solo playthrough of Spirit Island using Lightning Swift Strike. Join me next time when I will try to fight against a kingdom. So if I did something wrong or I forgot to do something, feel free to comment in the section below, and don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. I'll try to bring more content of solo playthroughs and other board games or video games. Alright, thank you and peace!